What's going on, everybody? I am back with a new review this week, and this week we're reviewing Ghost of Yotei. I'm your host, the Maritime Nerd. Let's get right into the review. After 2.5 months, I finally completed Ghost of Yotei, and I want to start by apologizing for how long it took to get this review out. I want to thank you to everyone who waited. In 2026, you can expect a lot more reviews from me, but for now, let's just get into the review. Let's keep it fun time in the Maritimes. It's been 5 long years since Ghost of Tsushima released, a time when I was honestly burnt out on open world games. That release also came during a period when the world had slowed down due to COVID-19, and many of us were stuck indoors. Despite all that, Ghost of Tsushima exceeded my expectations by a wide margin at the time. Ghost of Yotei follows a classic Western samurai revenge story, one we've seen in countless times in films in the 1960s and 1970s. The story begins in a brutal and unforgettable way. As a child, you are tortured and impaled by a sword, pinned to a tree and you are left for dead as your family is slaughtered. The tree burns as your attackers, a group known as the Yotei 6, walk away. Years later, you return home, hardened by battle and shaped by loss. You play as Atsu, scarred by her past and driven by a singular goal to right the wrongs done to her family. Her mission is clear: take down Lord Saito and the Yotei 6. Along the way, you find yourself torn between personal vengeance and a large war between the samurai and Lord Saito's army, eventually forcing you to choose between your own path and the legacy of your family. Now, when it comes to the combat, you'll notice an immediate difficulty spike from Ghost of Tsushima. The enemy attacks aren't always telegraphed with clear visual cues, meaning your timing has to be precise. If it isn't, you'll find yourself burning through your resolve just to stay alive. While the combat is serviceable, it ultimately fell short of my expectations. The biggest issue is variety. Each weapon feels like it only has one primary combo, while the game offers 5 different weapons, which is great on paper. They're simply like the combat feeling fresh long term. That said, and here's a breakdown of these weapons. You'll have the Wolf Blade, which is your standard samurai sword, effective against sword users. Dual swords, also effective against sword wielding enemies. The Kusarigama, a chained scythe, effective against sword and shield enemies. The Yari spear, which is effective against staff and polearm enemies. And the Odachi, a large heavy sword designed to deal with brute type enemies. These weapons function similarly to the stance system from Ghost of Tsushima, where each one counters a specific enemy type. Personally, I would prefer fewer weapons and more combo depth, something closer to Ghost of Tsushima's sword-focused combat, which feels like a clear homage to classic samurai and kung fu films. Is how you learn these weapons. Each requires a training under a different master, unlocking both the weapon and its skill tree. This was a fantastic touch. A new addition to the franchise is firearms, which appear very late in the game. While welcome, they are slow to reload and feel more situational than transformative. And as expected, the game offers a strong mix of main missions and side activities that can easily pull you away from the core story for hours. These include bamboo strikes, altars of reflection, hot springs, wolf dens, paintings, pillars, fox statue puzzles, and Lord Saito's camps. While all of these are enjoyable and well crafted, they feel like a slight step down from Ghost of Tsushima. The main reason is the map system. In Ghost of Tsushima, clearing enemy camps would organically reveal nearby points of interest like bamboo strikes and hot springs. That system worked incredibly well, and in Ghost of Yotei, this approach is largely absent. I understand what Sucker Punch was aiming for, a more old school design philosophy reminiscent of the 80s and 90s games, such as Final Fantasy or even Zelda, where secrets weren't handed to you, but it feels like a step backwards considering the franchise had already perfected a better system in the first game. In addition to side missions and collectibles, you'll encounter hideouts and camps, where you can upgrade weapons, armor, and increase your capacity for throwing weapons. One of the standout features is the bounty system. There are 27 bounties in total, allowing you to hunt down targets for coin and speed up progression. This was a very welcome addition and one of my favorite systems in this game. Overall, Ghost of Yotei is a great game. It takes several steps forward in expanding the world and systems introduced in Ghost of Tsushima, but it also takes a couple steps back, particularly with the combat depth and map design. Even so, it remains a strong and memorable experience. I give Ghost of Yotei an 8.5 out of 10. I say great job to you, Sucker Punch and PlayStation. This has been your host, the Maritime Nerd, and don't forget, keep it fun in the Maritimes.